Welcome back. You're still watching SA Today on the SABC News Channel.
Let's just recap your top stories for this hour. The desperate need for land, proper housing and basic services is leading to increased levels of tension, including protest action in some parts of the country.
As government struggles to fulfill expectations, tensions are running high this week at several townships and informal settlements in the south of Johannesburg. On the one hand, the communities of Zakariyya Park, Migson Manor, Ennerdale, Lenasia South and Lakeview are hoping for a decent life.
And on the other, neighbours who have it and trying to protect it. You've got neighbours who have it and are also trying to protect it. Chriselda and Qgabi Njokweni filed this report.
Well, welcome to Lakeview Extension 4, also known as Kavuki Land, just a stone's throw away from Ennerdale. Well, it's one of the several areas in Johannesburg South that came under attack when residents in formal housing accused shack owners of, amongst others, electricity theft and devaluing their properties with the erection of these homes. The sad reality where socio-economic conditions are pitting neighbours against each other.
It's the most painfulest thing I've ever been through. So I don't know how's this thing gonna end.
We are prepared to pay for it. We don't want these things for free.
Annalise Scott moved to Lakeview in March. She paid a once-off 3,500 rand to have this shack built on this piece of land. She was one of the Ennerdale residents on the receiving end of better-off neighbours' anger. Accused of devaluing their properties and stealing electricity from their homes. Annalise does not dispute that this is happening, but she asks, where do they go?
It probably is unfair, but that is the way life is. Where are we supposed to go then? I suppose we can understand, we can sympathize and empathize with them. Their values might be dropping, but where are we supposed to go? We have nowhere else to go. And we also need a roof over our heads. That's basically all that we are asking.
These started mushrooming like this in the last 2 months. But like I said, the last 2 months this has been happening.
Some are guilty. Here from the formal housing in Ennerdale, meters and meters of cables feeding electricity to Lakeview.
We have problems in the deep south as such, which includes Zakariyya Park, Lenasia South, Migson Manor, Ennerdale. So the increase in electricity bills, in fact, and our municipal bills is exorbitant every month. So we get people that saying, you know what, we have somebody sitting with an electricity bill of 200,000 rand. We have people sitting with electricity bills of 500,000 rand in Lenasia South. So what is happening? What is government doing about this?
Residents like Ainsley Boyson, who live in formal housing, feel justified in their action. Electricity boxes like this explain why the lights are always going off in the area.
The value of my property, that's decreasing. Also, for us rate-paying citizens, I mean, they're not going to be paying anything. There's going to be illegal electricity connections.
It's a ticking time bomb. The Socio-Economic Rights Institute says government needs to intervene urgently.
There has been a need for a long time, and I think government has even identified and accepted that it must be done, that there must be a way for people to get access to housing in ways that are much quicker. Poor people have no way of accessing housing except through informal settlements. And unfortunately, government has not even started to work on existing informal settlements. So new informal settlements that don't have ways to access services besides self-help. And that is, of course, what is fueling the fight between existing communities, because then what happens is that you have an electricity grid that's made for so many households, and you add or you double the number, then of course there's going to be a problem.
Is it because when you are poor and you don't have accommodation, that we become nothing in this land. That's what it seems like.
Chriselda, SABC News in the south of Johannesburg.